Welcome to the Unscripted Journey podcast. I'm your host, Cynthia Schoen. Around here, we believe in living life on purpose, not by permission. Each week, we'll talk real growth, fresh starts, and bold steps to create a life that's true to you. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's take this journey together. Welcome back to the Unscripted Journey. My friends, I have a question for you today. Have you ever made a decision you truly believe God led you to make? And then after you did everything, you've uprooted your life, you've changed jobs, you decided to take a break from something, everything got harder? And now you're sitting there wondering, did I miss it? Did I not hear God the way I thought I did? Sometimes obedience doesn't feel peaceful, and sometimes it feels like guilt, pressure, and second-guessing yourself. When we follow God, we expect confirmation. We expect doors to open smoothly. We accept reassurance. Now, I am the kind of person that I need God to be very clear in His direction for me. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to be out of God's will. It's really important for me to feel like I am in God's will. I pray and I never ever move until I feel peace, until I see the doors wide open, all right? And God does confirm things. I'm sure God has confirmed things for you. Maybe He's opened doors smoothly or unexpectedly, something you've been praying for. And you really felt it in your gut. You really felt like, yes, this is what God is leading me to. But sometimes circumstances shift and we struggle and emotions hit hard and guilt creeps in after we've made those decisions or have made those changes. And guilt often shows up not because we were wrong, not because we did not follow God's will, but because we care deeply as human beings. Conviction from God leads to clarity, and guilt and fear lead to confusion and self-doubt. I've gone through that myself. I'm currently going through something myself. I know that God has led me to this place, into this life that I'm in now. Even if I have not yet seen the fulfillment of some things in my life, I know then when I made my decision to move, that it was God who led me here. And as we've been transitioning in these last 3 months, things have happened in the background. I'm not necessarily going to get into it, but I started to feel very emotional, very not disconnected, but I felt scared. I felt fear. And I think that as a human being, that is something that we go through. We make a decision in our lives. We know God has led us. And then we settle down and our emotions start coming through because we are human beings. And my husband said something to me the other day. He said, Cynthia, nothing takes God by surprise. And he said that to me, and it sit with me with tears in my eyes, and I understood that that is so true. Nothing takes God by surprise. Not what our reaction is going to be, not our doubt or our fear or lack of faith. It doesn't take Him by surprise. God is not reacting. He's not scrambling, and He is not surprised by what comes up once we decide to really be in His will. He's not surprised by it. Even when someone's health changes or relationships are stretched or life gets comfortable. Proverbs 16:9 says that we can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. You made the decision, God determined the step. And Isaiah 46:10 says, I make known the end from the beginning, and my purpose will stand, and I will do all that I please. God is in charge. He already saw the outcome before you ever moved. God has saw the outcome before you took a step. He is not surprised by what may feel like chaos, what may feel like the wrong decision. He is not surprised by your feelings of inadequacy. He is not surprised by the feelings of fear. Nothing that is unfolding has caught him off guard because God is God and He is powerful and He is all knowing and He knows everything that we are going to go through, all the feelings, all the emotions, all the fear. He knows what we're going to go through because that happens. That happens when we decide to say yes to Him. We are completely, totally depending on Him. And sometimes obedience costs something. It's going to cost us something: comfort, proximity, familiar rhythms, emotional security. That doesn't mean that it's wrong. That doesn't mean that the decision that we made when we felt like we heard from God was wrong. Obedience can feel like loss before it feels like fruit. And we're not discounting our feelings. The feelings are real, but they are not always reliable indicators of whether we hear God correctly or not. Staying prayerful instead of panicking is very important during this time, during these feelings, during these emotions. Instead of replaying the decision over and over in your head or asking, what have I messed up? Or carrying responsibility that belongs to God, it doesn't even belong to you. Instead of that, why don't we shift to saying, Lord, I trust that you are in this. Show me how to walk this season well. Help me to rest in what you already knew. Philippians 4:6-7 says, don't worry about anything, instead pray about everything. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. Peace doesn't always come before the decision, my friends. Sometimes it comes after the obedience. God doesn't always tell us the entire plan, and He doesn't tell us how we're going to feel. He just says, obey me. Do you trust me that your life in my hand is going to be something amazing? If God led you there, He's going to sustain you, my friend. If He opened the door, He will carry what you cannot. And nothing in your story is catching heaven off guard. Nothing. If you are currently sitting in the tension of obedience and uncertainty, I want you to stay prayerful. I want you to stay grounded. I want you to stay confident in the hope that you had when you first said yes. Because when you first said yes, you were excited. You were like, yes, this is a new chapter. God is going to do something amazing. I don't know what it is. But when you're in the waiting, in that new season, it gets scary. But stay confident and stay prayerful and stay hopeful as you were when you first made the decision to follow God's will. All right, my friends, this is all I have for today. I hope that it has spoken to your heart. If it has meant something to you, if this did something for you, if it's saying, yeah, that's where I'm at, I want you to comment and tell me what you're currently going through or how this made you feel. And do me a favor, would you please share this with other people that you feel need to hear this message? And I'd love it if you left me a review so that others are able to hear this message as well. All right, until next time, we will see you soon. Thanks so much for listening to the Unscripted Journey podcast. If today's episode lit a spark in you, keep that momentum going with the Unscripted Journey Reflection Journal. It's a guided space to help you tune in, take action, and start living life on your terms. It's available now on Amazon. Just click the link in the episode notes. And don't forget, I've got free resources waiting for you over at cynthiashone.com to support your growth between episodes. Until next time, live free, stay unscripted.